What's the point of Chloe Sullivan? She appears in all 10 seasons and is the only original main cast character who doesn't end up as worm food. Lana may go, Lois may not appear yet, but we will always have Chloe, and that's because her existence isn't just a bit of novelty. She's actually a really important exclusive aspect of Smallville's general storytelling. Her relationship with Clark can be summarized as he gets reluctant, overprotective, or unwilling to change when it comes to a problem.
That sounds great, Chloe, but it's not that simple. This is my secret we're talking about.
Chloe can see the bigger picture and tells him to.
Jimmy is giving you a perfect alter ego.
He refuses.
This isn't a debate, Chloe. We need to protect my identity.
Bad guys dealt with, and then Clark learns that she's right, often from some sort of convoluted lesson like, Clark, doing the right thing isn't always about wiping after you're done. After several seasons, you kind of realize that, oh, they've basically split Clark's thoughts into two characters. Their dialogue effectively externalizes his debating conscience. And also the writers can literally end the episode of her telling the audience the preferred reading of the episode's lesson, because things can get so convoluted.
I won't risk the safety of the world because of your code of ethics. Because you refuse to stop the things that threaten you.
This is especially explicit when Clark takes the big leap to adopt the persona of the Blur. It's an important moment where Clark stops following in Jonathan's approach and carves his own path. A braver, riskier one, which makes people who saw his potential this whole time, like Lana and Ollie, immediately proud.
Maybe my destiny is more than just secretly saving people.
Gotta say that when I saw that article, it brought tears to my eyes. I am so proud of him.
Maybe it was also to give people hope. Someone to believe in.
You've become the man that I've always known you could be.
I knew you'd catch on someday.
As a result, I'd argue Chloe is the conscience of the show. Whatever happens, she sees people as who they are, who they should be, and thus always believes in second chances. This fundamental goodness in her and her observant attitude is then what makes her really important in the Doomsday arc. By the way, I should also note that Chloe can also get kind of annoying because she always has to be right, even if she contradicts herself. One moment she's like, you need to trust people more, Clark. The next she's, you trust people way too quickly, Clark. As a result, she can feel kind of pedantic at times, especially when she looks like an angry mom about to give a bollocking. But I grew up with the show, so none of this annoys me. As a stroke of genius, Smallville distilled Doomsday down into a love triangle. It's so goofy. Okay, so let me explain. Chloe got friend-zoned by Clark in high school, but then during a summer internship at the Daily Planet, she met and slept with Jimmy Olsen. So after graduation, they eventually work together and they get engaged. They're very cute.
Breakfast in bed for my beautiful bride-to-be.
Jimmy is a solid good guy who gets jealous with the way Chloe always sides with Clark and keeps his secrets, but he understands they go way back and he ultimately looks up to Clark as an older brother.
You might not be superhuman, Clark, but there's a reason that I thought you were the Good Samaritan.
Why is that? Because I buy Girl Scout cookies twice a year?
Seriously, CK. You're the kind of guy that people can count on, whether it's your friends or strangers. You're always there for them.
While serving as everyone's dependable sidekick, and without sounding weird, Aaron Ashmore has like the perfect face for Jimmy Olsen. He's so naturally friendly looking. By the way, his twin is also Iceman, by the way. He also appeared earlier as a different character. Anyways, they become the dream couple everyone looks up to. Paragons. But then Sam Witwer shows up as a buff paramedic who gets the wrong signals from Chloe when she vouched for him because he thought he was a serial killer, as you do. She friend-zones him, of course.
Okay, stop.
Davis Bloom is Sam Witwer's character, which is kinda goof because I just see Sam Witwer. He's like this horror movie character driving around in an ambulance at night, killing people to feed the beast, which he can't control because he just blacks out. Thus, all he can do is direct it to bad people. As a replacement for Lex, they went ahead again with the whole he's a flip of Clark Kent.
My ship landed in a field and no one ever found me.
That nightmare was Davis's life.
But instead of taking away his hair and loving father, Davis literally arrived alongside Clark as the son of Zod, experimented upon to be the perfect weapon. abs. Instead of being adopted, he was put in a cage by Lionel, then abandoned when the test revealed that he's definitely not the Traveler.
Looks like you're the reason that Davis was abandoned in the first place.
Smallville retcons, you gotta love them.
Why are you telling me all this?
Because Lionel and then Lex got the moral of the story wrong.
This change has two purposes. First, to create a mythology where Clark and Davis's path are destined to collide, where one will kill the other.
Who was sent here to destroy you, Clark?
The second is to create a debate. Should Clark kill the man to stop the beast?
You should have killed that thing when you had the chance.
Davis is not a bad dude. His love for Chloe comes from a combination of, wow, she's really into me, and after growing up neglected, this is awesome. And there's a Hulk-Betty Ross dynamic where he can hold the beast back with her.
But maybe there's something stronger out there than my need to kill.
When Chloe's memory was fading, she forgot everyone but him. He looked after her.
It's like I said this morning, I will always, always be there for you.
And believed deep down inside, she does love him.
I will wait for as long as it takes.
The resulting need to simp leads him breaking up the wedding as Doomsday to take her away. So in the end, Chloe cries as she kills the beast as he declares his love. Actually, double twist. Brainiac had possessed Chloe this whole time to draw Doomsday out for his own gains. Wow. Before Man of Steel, Superman not killing people and always finding another way was kind of a universally accepted understanding of the character, because by nature, the moment you have him commit murder to stop a villain, you're artistically committed to answering, well, what's stopping him from further compromising? What's the state of his conscience? Man of Steel's answer was, well, it made Superman really sad, so don't think about it anymore, because you're gonna knock over my dominoes. The Doomsday arc in Smallville, despite having a really low budget and only has like 3 sets, has a more complex approach, where it's a spiritual and existential debate. The cost of killing one person is the cost of the soul, where once lost, it demands pain to rediscover. The example the show uses is Green Arrow. He finds out Lionel killed his parents, so he's mentally destabilized.
Look, Oliver, I was afraid that you'd do something you'd regret.
Something I regret. Like what, Clark? You thought I was gonna kill him? Is that it?
Leading to him killing Lex to protect Clark from further danger, a compromise which begins to change him. A part of him feels incredible guilt, but another part of him knows it's for a selfless reason, so his self-image as a hero isn't disturbed.
Oliver, you've really crossed a line here.
Lex is dead. The world is safer because of it. Clark is safe again.
This is murder.
This is justice.
But that's the problem. By accepting this method, he's no longer convinced by the risk of not killing. He just wants Davis dead.
This is the only option.
Well, what about the option of getting rid of the serial killer before he has a chance to beast out?
Killing the man is easier than confronting the beast. And in turn, from forgetting how to save someone, Ollie loses his own ability to save himself.
You never wanted to admit it. There is a darker side to humanity.
I know there is. I'm looking at it right now.
Not everyone's worth saving.
During all of this, Chloe protects Clark from this confrontation by doing the hard thing. She stays with Davis, keeping his secrets, and living with the guilt of covering up his murders. All this is after Jimmy leaves from all the secrets and trauma. My poor baby.
I have put up with years of you taking someone else's side over mine. First Clark, and then Davis. You just don't trust me.
Of course I trust you, Jimmy. I trust you with my whole heart. I'm your wife.
And that's what I don't understand. Why the hell did you even marry me?
Everything is really complicated. She's attracted to him, she's holding so many different secrets, but it's to protect Clark, just as he tries to protect everyone else with his secrets.
Admit it, Chloe, you have feelings for Davis. That's why you're protecting him.
Clark, I'm protecting you.
But the show makes a point that, at its core, it's her convictions at play. It's not a romance or Chloe becoming a douchebag. She's sacrificing her life to save 2 other people's.
That's the reason I went with Davis, to protect Clark. That's the only reason.
However, the resolution is rather nihilistic. Clark's solution actually works. He figures a way to split Doomsday and Davis, leading to a 10-second fight scene, which is just baffling. It's so abrupt that the music doesn't even fade out properly. But hey, what do you expect from a TV show budget? At least Doomsday doesn't look like a fucking cave troll. Jimmy learns Clark is the Blur, in a moment that's actually kind of perfect. Clark's excuse doesn't work anymore, you can see everything fitting inside Jimmy's mind, and for once, Clark embraces it.
I'm sorry that I lied to you.
He then tasks Jimmy to look after Chloe and Davis, which most people will probably be like, no, not my ex-wife and her new boyfriend. But for Clark, for his big brother? He does.
You trust me?
Always, TK.
The life in his eyes, the vindication, but more importantly, loyalty. Jimmy is finally part of the community.
It all makes sense now. But the way I see it, you are as much of a hero as he's ever been. What you've gone through, we've risked.
But then you hear this poop sound. And it's revealed Jimmy has been stabbed by something that's definitely not sharp enough to penetrate him without him moving at all. The big twist is that it's not Doomsday which killed Jimmy. It's Davis, who goes full incel after hearing that Chloe's affections isn't exclusive to him.
You're the only one who ever loved me.
But then Jimmy pushes him to another pipe where he dies too, so pipes are sharper than arrows in this universe. The show then respectfully pees all over Jimmy's legacy by retconning away that he's not the real Jimmy, he's just his older brother.
Who knows? Maybe someday you'll follow in his footsteps.
Because apparently DC was like, dude, he's too old to be the real Jimmy, so the production company was like, yeah, we'll fix it eventually.
Something that they needed to do, from what I had heard, to satisfy DC requirements. And again, I don't know that as a fact, that's just what I've been told.
And this was their goofy TV show solution. Amazing, thank you. But Aaron Ashmore does get legitimized by playing real Jimmy in The Flash Forward in season 10, which means there's 3 characters who look the same now. But whatever. I remember weeping like a baby when I first watched this as a baby. Now in my mid-20s, it's alright, I mean, this is pretty contrived. During this whole Smallville marathon, season 8 was a real sweet spot for me. There was this wonderful sense of optimism and joy that came back just for a second. There was also a really cool looking practical Doomsday, even though he was completely regular sized, and he does this really goofy jump. But this whole equilibrium wasn't to be. It was all a trick. It was set up to be specifically knocked down. Jimmy's death, Ollie's moral decline, Chloe's secrets. These flaws is what pushed Clark to change, where after half a season of seeing him go out of his way to be a part of humanity,
This can wait 24 hours. Chloe can't.
The wedding?
become more responsible, even making Jor-El proud for a few times.
You've made great progress, my son.
Clark now pushes himself away to the other side, because being good, being human, it doesn't make sense anymore. People will leave you. Refusing to kill can lead to the death of a friend.
Human emotion is what made you the hero that you are today.
They're what's stopping me from being the hero I could be.
Clark Kent is thus dead. He leaves Chloe to mourn alone, as he becomes the Zack Snyder version. Okay, I'm joking. In conjunction with the first half of Lotta, season 8 as a whole is a bittersweet tale about the fantasies you bring with you from your youth into your adulthood, how you want to keep it alive even when it's past its time, and how, if you're holding on to it long enough, it may leave you with disappointment. So all that's left in your adulthood is this cynicism that needs to be managed. This is precisely what season 9 gets into, when the budget somehow looks even lower. But for right now, Chloe stands alone in the Watchtower, Jimmy's gift, a new home which overlooks the city. And that's what she'll continue to do. Look after everyone.
We're stranded and beaten, reaching for helping hands. We may be defeated, but we'll see them make amends. When the time's right, we're gonna get all that's good. Yeah, when the time's right, oh, when the time's right.
So this ended up basically being the de facto Chloe Sullivan video, which I didn't intend it to be, but then it kind of made sense because you can't really talk about the Doomsday plotline without talking about her. I obviously will come back to the character, especially when she gets together with Ollie, but for right now there's really no real need for a Chloe Sullivan video, so that's cool. I wonder if I can speedrun Lionel Luthor too. Anyways, special thanks to everyone on Patreon, you guys rule.
Even when you've disappeared, I can't get away from you.